Now you get
Well,
on with Liger. You must at one point said, "Man, I got to get over there and see what's going on
yes.
over there."
Well, the thing was, what I knew of at that time, all the tours, for the most part, all the people I'd ever talked to were 6-week tours. And I can say this now, but the majority of the British fellas, I can't say what they were earning, but they were earning very good money. In fact, so good money, I hear people not earning that money anymore. Right? And this was just normal people. And I would imagine Mark Rocco was on more. And I know Dynamite was on a lot more because I've read enough about what Dynamite was on. Mark Rocco would have been on more. But your average, if Terry Rudge went, or I know because Dave Taylor's told me how much they got paid. Once I became a heavyweight, I thought, right, I'm going to be going to Japan. It's only a matter of time before I'm going to Japan for
Sure.
one or the other companies, probably. But I had this thing for New Japan because of I knew so many people from there. Again, every year there was a young, and some of them came and went, and some of them stayed. Obviously, in 1989, I was in Bremen in Germany for 5 weeks with I'm sorry, Kensuke Sasaki. Yes. So me and him, well, I'm 20, 21 at the time. He's on his own. I know what it's like even in the last year or so. I know what it's like to go to foreign countries and who helps you and who doesn't. So I was always, and that's continued to this day, right? I got no agenda about it. I just, are you okay? Do you need anything? Right? So I'm going forward a bit. It went on. There was one, and then it continued a little bit after I left. I know Kojima came over in like 95. And then there was a lot because Germany was still on. There was people that was getting sent to Germany. There was people. There was a lad called O'Hara was around when in '92, because I only worked a couple of months in England and then I was away. I was in Germany in Austria for 6.5 months of '92, and he was on the entire tour with us. So I was around a lot of New Japan guys. So I know I dodge all over the place, but this is just things that happened.
Well, it's
1988. Yeah, 1988 was the changing year for me. I got booked in France. I actually got booked in for the first time in Germany in September. Early on in the year, that was going to be my German break in September. I was 20
of 1988.
Of 1988. In the summer of 1988, I was actually going to spend the summer in Blackpool and just work local shows because I knew, I've been around a lot of people, and they were all telling me, like, once you start traveling, you're going to keep traveling. And I knew this was going to be the start of my traveling career for probably as much as ever. And what I thought at the time was, eventually I'll get into Japan, and if I can just get 2 tours a year, 2 6-week tours a year, that is enough money for me to live off, and everything else will be a bonus.
Yeah, I remember reading in Dynamite's book about the pay in Japan, and a tour could set you up.
Right.
So,
and that was just not being Dynamite Kid. That was just being a good pro, good heavyweight pro.
So not at the top of the card, just in the card.
Just in the card.
Right.
12 weeks a year there would have, the way I worked it out and how much everything cost and how much I could live off and my family could live off, that 12 weeks was enough for me to not only make money, but to put money away, and then everything else. And then Germany and all these other things where I was making money would have given me a good living out of wrestling.
Right.